Okay, in this video what we're going to do is we're going to simplify surds by multiplying out, and this one will be particularly useful for when we go on to what's known as rationalizing the denominator of a surd. So let's just look at the first one. Now I like to expand brackets by doing root 3 times this bracket minus 3 root 2 times this bracket. Then I expand term by term, and you need to be very careful here because it's very, very easy to make a mistake. So you've got root 3 times root 3. That is actually equal to 3 because root 3 times root 3 is 3 times 3, the square root of 3 times 3, which is the square root of 9, which is 3. And this is something very much worth learning. When you multiply a square root by itself, it will become the number which is within this square root. Root 3 times minus root 2, that's going to become root 3 times root 2, which is root 6. And then 3 root 2 times root 3 is going to become minus 3 root 6. And then we've got a minus times a minus, which is a plus, and then we've got 3 root 2 times minus root 2, which is 3 times 2, the same idea. Root 2 times root 2 is equal to the square root of 2 times 2, which is the square root of 4, which is equal to 2. Right, so the like terms here are minus root 6 and minus 3 root 6, so we're going to have 3 minus 4 root 6 plus 6, and then 3 plus 6 makes 9 minus 4 root 6. For the second one, we can expand it exactly the same way. So we've got root 3 plus root 2 times root 3 minus root 2. So I'm going to do root 3 times this bracket, root 3 times this bracket, and then plus root 2 times this bracket. So expanding like I did at the top here, I'm going to get root 3 times root 3, which is 3, using this idea here. And then root 3 times minus root 2, which is minus root 6. Root 3 times root 2 is 2 times 3 is 6. And then plus root 2 times root 3, which is plus root 6. And then root 2 times minus root 2, which is minus 2. Right, we will notice here we've got minus root 6 and plus root 6. They will cancel each other out. And then we're left with 3 minus 2. I wrote that down like that for a reason, which is equal to 1. Now, you might have noticed this, that a plus b times a minus b, which is what we've got here, a plus b times a minus b, a being root 3, b being root 2, is equal to a squared, b squared. So we could have done very simply, that's a plus b, this is a plus b. So we could have done very simply root 3 squared, and we know that to be equal to 3, minus root 2 squared, we know that to be 2. So we wouldn't have to do all this complicated multiplying out. And that would give me 3 minus 2, which is equal to 1. Okay, this is particularly useful for what we're going to go on to do next, which is called rationalizing the denominator, because with surds we don't like to have square root signs in the denominator of an expression. Okay, I hope you've understood this video, and I thank you very much for watching.